fans. Paul Stuffy here. Paul S. Stuffy Esquire. Stuffy Erotic. Stuffy Exotic. Coming to you live from the closet. We're still in quarantine, but we're going to try something a little different on Stuffy Unstuffed. We're going with our top 5 comedy movies of all time. We're going to go round robin with Jay Goobles and RCW and find out what we find is funny as hell in our top 5 movies. First of all, not only am I wearing vintage camel fur from Hudson's Men's Store, Palm Beach, Florida. Only the finest 100% pure camel fur will do. I'm also wearing a Seiko 5 because it is Seiko Saturday, baby. I've got orange Croc-style leather on a beautiful blue-orange face. Another one of my favorites. Let's go over to Jay Goobles for his wristwatch check.
Yo, what's going on, YouTube? Wearing my Omega Aquaterra. Been wearing it all day. Sitting inside the house. Hating life right now, but hey, we're going to be talking about some funny movies. So I'm going to hand it over to RCW and we'll get it going.
Hey, once again, it's dark outside and we're inside wearing sunglasses. And Mr. Stuffy, I'm with you. It is Seiko Saturday. I got the Seiko 5 Sport, my go-to basically almost everyday watch. And all right, let's start this. I'm going to pull up my number 5 video.
Oh, and he reveals it.
My number 5 video is Horrible Bosses. Now, I tried to pick, I tried to go through some decades here to pick movies, not just to kind of bunch it up. But these are still like my top comedies. So number 5, I pick Horrible Bosses. Colin Farrell made the movie for me with his karate. Terrible boss. The bathroom scene with his dad. Hilarious. And like I said, the main pick for it is because of Colin Farrell.
All right. Good movie. I actually saw that one in the theater. I loved it. My pick would be I Love You, Man. Paul Rudd. Movie just cracks me up. So many great lines from it. Slap at the bass. You guys all know it. It's funny. There's a bunch of other movies I can put in this spot, but I decided to go with I Love You, Man at number 5.
You like that masturbation little station, don't you?
Who doesn't?
Yeah. You can't go wrong with an entire garage set up as a man cave. I mean, that is beautiful. And that brings me to my number 5. Let me duck out of the way there. And we got Anchorman. Now, Anchorman probably deserves to be higher on the list, but it was so hard to narrow down. So I picked Anchorman because it is the quotable, notable movie, right? It is the movie you can quote left and right and all day long. It's absolutely great. I mean, you could throw up Talladega Nights up there. You could throw up Step Brothers. But Anchorman is, for me, the original quotable comedy. We live our lives by it. And I love movie quotes. So it's
amazing. Okay. I'm not even mad.
Let's go. Let's go back around. RCW, what's your number 4?
Well, I don't think. Can you guys see me right now?
No, we lost you.
Yeah, I've got it on there for whatever reason. It's not coming up on there. I'm trying to.
Yeah, we're learning, right? What I love about the fact that we're filming on Zoom is there are major network television shows using this technology. I mean, Jimmy Kimmel is using Zoom, Howard Stern. I mean, it's hilarious. This topic has kind of leveled the playing field for us startups here in the industry.
Well, it looks like I lost you guys for whatever reason. I can't.
Yeah, let's skip. You keep playing with that RCW. Jay Google,
I'll keep working on it.
Jay Google, start talking. What's your number 4?
All right, I will. I'll show off my number 2. If you guys can't see behind me, Ghostbusters, the original. Dan Aykroyd, Hale Ramis, Bill Murray. Come on, I mean, it's from my childhood. It's probably one of the top 5 movies I've watched. You know, I just so many funny lines. Bill Murray just making everybody laugh. I mean, who doesn't like Ghostbusters?
I agree, Jay Goebbels. Ghostbusters is a legend. I definitely could have had that pick as well. Like I said, this is almost harder to do it, to narrow it down to 5. I don't know if you guys can see my new background there, but you got John Cusack. I'm coming in at my number 4 with Hot Tub Time Machine. It's another feel-good comedy, even though it's newer. It's set in the 80s, the decade we grew up, between the 80s and 90s. Love that movie. Another quotable one. Another one you can just watch over and over again. And I see RCW is back, and I see he's already got his back. And that movie almost made my list too. So take it away, RCW.
Okay, did you say made your list?
It almost made my list. It was one of the ones I was debating.
Well, I had to go with Made with Vince Vaughn. He's so cringeworthy in it as being such a jerk. I mean, he made the entire movie with the scenes of the things, the inappropriate things he would say at about just every moment. And getting on the plane, talking to the stewardess, he was going to have a kick-ass style pool party, and we're having a kick-ass style Zoom party right now.
I use that line all summer. I'm like, hey, let's go back to my house, have an LA gangster style pool party. Even if I'm not having a pool party, it's just an LA gangster style party. I love that movie.
I'm a tall drink of water.
He's a tall drink of water. Another one I debated was Swingers, but I think that one's a little more serious. It's not as funny as Made. But now we're switching the rotation. So for number 3, let's go back to Jay Goebbels.
All right, everybody. Number 3
Take it away, Jay, for number 3.
Number 3 is my favorite Jim Carrey movie. People are gonna probably freak out, but Me, Myself, and Irene is my favorite Jim Carrey movie of all time. It's just the ridiculousness of Hank and Charlie. I love this movie, and there's so many fun
We're
scenes.
breaking up, man. We're having some technical difficulties, Jay. You're breaking up.
Sorry, I got you, Jay Goebbels.
Man, I lost audio and video on both of you guys.
Are you serious?
Hold on, Jay Goebbels. We're gonna have to edit this down a little bit. Okay, start again on your number 3.
Stuffy. You're coming in loud and clear, Mr. Stuffy. On this
Yeah,
end, so are you,
I
Jay
know.
Goebbels.
Fine.
Oh, and I just saw RCW's screen.
I see you just fine.
You got our same number 3s.
Do you want me to do mine again?
You broke up the whole time, and I'm the one recording. So start again on your number 3.
All right. Kicking off at my number 3 is Me, Myself, and Irene, my favorite Jim Carrey movie. Just so many great lines with Charlie, switching over to Hank. I mean, I don't know. What can you say about this movie? It cracks me up every time I watch it. And I know it's controversial because I'm sure everybody loves a million different Jim Carrey movies, but this is my favorite, and it's coming in at number 3.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Jim Carrey has to make the list. I mean, I'm glad someone did it. Jim Carrey's definitely worthy. I'm going to go to multi-screen because I've already seen a glimpse of the future, and me and RCW have the same number 3. We just show a little bit different posters.
It came with the frame.
Hey, it came with the frame. You
frame.
Go ahead. You tell me your favorite part about the Burbs, and then I'll talk about mine.
God, there's so many with the Burbs. It was the first probably movie that I probably understood that remembering as a kid as something being funny is kind of basically why I picked it. But I mean, so much. Just the whole interaction between Art and Ray, classic. The scene in the basement, poor Ray just getting sucked into something he didn't want to believe, and he ended up believing it. And it came with the frame, and there go the goddamn brownies.
Another great movie of my childhood.
Yeah, it's a legendary movie. My funniest memory of the Burbs is actually hearing my older sister and my cousin. They went to see it in the theater, and I was at my grandma's house listening to them to try to describe what the movie's about to my much older grandmother. And I'm just like, that movie sounds amazing.
They're
And
chanting,
it is.
chanting
I mean, it's
Stuffy.
just one of those classic suburban comedies, 80s, 90s comedies that just, you know.
Stuffy, you're chanting, Stuffy.
Yeah. It's Stuffy's chanting because he loves
Hey.
the movie.
Once they get up here, there's
Yeah.
no stopping them.
There's
So
no stop. Okay, let's go back to RCW, man. We're already, or not RCW, we're out of order. Let's go to Jay Goebbels for his number 2. We already see it up there on the screen.
all right, number 2. I mean, Caddyshack. I love the golf. You know, if guys didn't know that yet. They probably don't know that yet, but I'm a huge golfer. Another Bill Murray movie. I mean, I got to get 2 Bill Murray movies in there. I could have added like 5, but, you know, Caddyshack to Chevy Chase, Bill Murray, all the rest of the cast.
That almost made my list too, Jay Goebbels. I know I love it too with golf and Bill Murray, classic Bill Murray. Your
Dude,
second
so
Bill
many
Murray
great-
movie in these picks too.
So many great lines. I mean, Cinderella Story at Augusta is probably one of the funniest scenes ever in movies. But
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't have Tin Cup on here.
that ain't that. Well, I guess it is kind of a comedy, but yeah, I mean, come on, can't beat Caddyshack, guys.
I mean,
I agree.
yeah, John, or Jay Goebbels, you drive a Buick, buddy. Of course you got a golf movie on there. Chevy Chase, that's probably one of Chevy, his character's a little more low-key, but that's probably one of the best Chevy Chase characters is in Caddyshack.
No.
And Bill Murray's.
Yeah, the groundskeeper.
Bill Murray's.
But, okay,
Hit 'em all.
we're just tearing through these number 2s. RCW, what do you got for number 2?
Well, it's a Jim Carrey movie, and it
course.
is Ace Ventura. Now, this movie, I remember going to see it in 8th grade, and it was the first movie that I actually fell out of my chair at the movie theater laughing so hard. And the opening scene right off the bat with him breaking that box and everything broken and he's bashing it against everything. The elevator doors closing on it. I mean, just the movie's nonstop, you know, over the top, funny. And it was Jim Carrey's first big break after In Living Color.
Yeah,
so many
that
quotable
movie.
lines.
That movie made him. And I think we've all been there with a Lois and Einhorn moment. I think we've all been there.
Hold on. Speak for yourself, Stuffy.
Oh, God. Of course, I knew we'd have this one. I just didn't know what position it was in, John. Jay Goebbels, I already see your background. Let me put
Yeah, I think
mine
that's
up.
coming for all of us, wouldn't you say? Because, I mean, I'm not going to.
I purposely took it out of my number 1 because I figured we'd all have it. So there we go. There's my number 2, The Big Lebowski.
Oh, number 2. Holy cow.
Jeez, what is he going to pick for him?
Yeah, I took it down from number 1. That is my number 2, The Big Lebowski. But obviously that's in your number 1 position, Jay Goebbels. So I'll let you. What is that? Your number 1 too?
Of course.
RC.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on. Come on, Stuffy. Get with
I
the plan,
purposely
bud.
took it
This
out
is
of
kind of
number
a
1 just
letdown.
because I knew we'd have this moment.
Probably not only my favorite comedy, but maybe my favorite movie in any genre of all time.
Yeah, this movie does not just comedy, but it goes into just all-time favorite movies. I agree with that, too. I mean, the storyline, the punchlines. You know, I mean, just look at Walter right there with the gun. Look at the look he's given right there. You know, there are rules here. This is not Nam.
Yeah, the Jesus, Maud. I mean, just so many great characters. Sam Elliott showing up.
Yeah.
Come on.
Sam Elliott, legendary.
Yeah.
I mean, if you see my background, it's the one of the bowling alley scenes, and another reason I feel connected to this movie. It was a time in our life when we're almost graduated. I think RCW, you were working in the bowling alley, and you had some promotional posters from the beer company.
Yeah, I still have it in my hanging up in my garage.
It was a Miller Light, right? Miller.
No, Jägermeister, which I always thought was weird. Jägermeister, you know, promoted for the movie, yet it was basically Kalula, the White Russians. There was really no Jägermeister in it, but
Yeah,
it was a Jägermeister promotional poster of the Big Lebowski.
Yeah,
The only drink besides White Russian was, I think, a beer, a Miller Light, and
I
Sioux
think it was
City
Miller
Saint
Lite.
Croix.
And let's not forget the root beer.
Yeah, Sioux City Sarsaparilla.
Sioux City.
Yeah.
Sam Elliott. Okay, so I'm the last one that needs to do my number one, right?
That's right.
Yeah. See what you got.
Okay.
Dumb and
So,
Dumber.
Not everyone considers this a comedy, but I do. It's my favorite comedy. Boogie Nights. You see Dirk and Scotty J there?
Dude, come on.
Filming by the poolside. Boogie Nights. Don't get it confused, everybody. It is not a scary movie. Boogie Nights is a rip-roaring 70s porn star comedy / drama dark comedy, and I just love it. It's I fell in love with Mark Wahlberg as an actor after this movie. Burt Reynolds had a comeback with this movie.
It could go as a dark comedy, but I will say, that movie very influenced, you early in life as, kind of, Paul Stuffy.
Yeah.
That is Paul Stuffy's most.
Paul Stuffy's life is loosely based off of this movie.
Stuffy erotic is Dirk Diggler.
Yeah, YouTube fans out there, if you want to know Paul Stuffy, watch Boogie Nights.
Yeah,
it's a dark comedy. It's a dark comedy.
So hey, I like this. I hope we can do more top 5 lists, top 10. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and thanks for my co-host joining us. I'll catch you guys next week.
See you, YouTube. Peace.
Bye.